it is a way to foster community. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, for me personally, baking has always been very therapeutic. So, and when I moved to Paris, there was no option for like fresh rustic bread. So, based on other places I lived, it seemed like a niche that I felt like, well, if I, am wanting bread here, then other people should too. And it turned out, that people do long for some rustic world, bread. And so, so from my standpoint, I am naturally a nurturer. And so I enjoy sharing my love of baking with other people. And every weekend I tell people, when they compliment me, I say, well, if you keep coming back, I'll keep on baking. And that's just the way it works, So if people want it, then I'll keep doing it. My grandmother is a big motivator for me. She grew up in Nazi Germany. She was fortunate in the fact that, just the sheer fact that she had the right religion, she was able to still live during wartime and continue working, and so be it. But in Nazi Germany, you were assigned to a job, and you had to work that job for 7 years. She just got a middle school level education, and then she had to work at a butcher shop for 7 years. And that was 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. And you can just imagine, as an 8th grader per se, in the United States, not having a choice of what you're going to do. And so I often ask her, like, what would you have done, And so a lot of what I do and the motivation behind the bread business, my role with the city and the county is, I think about the historic context of women. And my grandmother, she didn't have a choice. She ended up being a homemaker, and she was grateful for that when she ultimately immigrated to the United States. But I do it for her because I have seen a lot of positive growth over the time that I've been here, and I know that Paris is not unique in the sense that historically local government and other professions have been male dominated, and in between having a lack of representation of females, also minority populations, it means a lot to me to be in this role that I'm in today. And where I hope we end up going in the future is having better representation for those same groups, because the more diverse a setting, the more productive we can be.